Much. Can you stop and have a comment here with us?
Well, I think the verdict was the result of diligence on the part of the jury. They worked very hard to come to that decision. Two of those players were found guilty of both counts. One of the players they were deadlocked on, and I'm a little bit disappointed about that, but I'm very happy with the verdicts against Mr. Cross and Mr. Anderson. It's no doubt that they pre-planned this attack. It was coordinated, and it was vicious. It had nothing to do with hockey. There was no hockey even going on. This started during a stoppage of play, and when the puck was dropped, none of them made a hockey play. They just started throwing punches at the same time.
Does this send any kind of message? Does this verdict send any kind of message to scholastic sports?
Well, I think obviously it does. There is a general consensus in some areas that, you know, fighting is just a natural part of hockey, and that's simply not the case. They do not have license, these players from Ridley, to inflict bodily injury on people by throwing punches simply because you're losing 7-1 in a playoff game and it's going to be your last game in high school. I mean, that's really what's going on here. These players that were convicted had nothing to lose by starting to throw punches. Sure, they'd get kicked out of a game. It was a game they were going to lose anyway. The people that had everything to lose in this case were the CB West players, because they were advancing to the state championship ultimately. And because they were doing that, none of those players wanted to fight, because they know the rules, that if they did engage in fighting, that they would be ejected from that game and also the very next subsequent game. So none of them wanted to fight. And it's my opinion, I believe, that the Ridley players knew that. They knew that. So it was like they could throw punches at kids that wouldn't throw punches back. What the Ridley players did is what cheap shot artists do. I mean, that's it. They sucker punch. They hit people who don't know it's coming, and it's cowardly, is what it is.
Mr. Much, can you stop and have a comment here with us? This is Carl Hessler Jr. reporting for Digital First Media from the Montgomery County Courthouse in Norristown.